Silent Hill 1 was a huge success, claiming to be one of the greatest horror games of all time, and I just can't blame them. The obtuse yet interesting story of the cult, characters that are awkward at sometimes, yet specific type of charm to them makes them so unique. The world was always investing to see what the setting-changing underworld, the artist put thought and care to it. So after all this, what did Team Silent want to do for the next game? Well, at first they didn't know what to do afterwards. They never gave up though, with an idea for a sequel. This time, they said it would be straying away from the cult and focus more on a darker and deep personal story with a suppressive atmosphere. And I'll be so honest, from actually playing these 3 games so far, I'm actually really glad they didn't focus on a call on the sequel for this one.
What did you say, nigga?
Now listen, the cold part was just not my thing, but I can appreciate it though, you know? It's a little seasoning that's not for my taste, but I can still eat the food though, regardless. There's some other sides with some great themes, and Silent Hill 2's departure from this was a really great idea. But enough chit chat, you know, grab some popcorn, get on your comfy bed, and I'm gonna tell you why this is honestly one of the most important games of all time. Let's just get to the basics, shall we? Man, I love that eerie ass sound. Alright, so before I start the video, I'm not gonna allow y'all to actually use someone else's footage for the game. So, cause I don't feel like playing the whole game again, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to do other stuff, cause I'm busy. So, it's gonna be in the description. Here's Shiriko, so you know, all the credit will be there, so I appreciate it. Much love. Alright, bye-bye. Immediately, the game doesn't waste any time establishing what you're doing. A guy named James Summerlin received a letter from his wife.
The name on the envelope said, Mary. My wife's name. It's ridiculous. Couldn't possibly be true. That's what I keep telling myself. A dead person can't write a letter. Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago. So then, why am I looking for her?
And one thing I love already right off the bat is the camera angle, because you know how I was with the first original, video. The awkward with rotating their toilet and the expressionless face, and James is just genius. There's so much in the game already in the intro that I don't even know how to discuss about it. Car, we get the first map of Silent Hill. Walking down as we go, this trail seems very, very long, with nothing going on with its melatonin ambience and footsteps. It's great because it actually adds so much of where you're going to end up feeling like for the rest of the game, which I'll do talk about later though. Instead of like a notepad like in the first game, it's more like a red looking square as a save file. Once you pass through this gate, you honestly met with one of my favorite characters, and plus with some beautiful ass music.
Excuse me,
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost. Anything if I could be with her again.
Me too. I'm looking for my mama. I mean my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. I thought my father and brother were here, but I can't find them either.
Look, I don't even care what nobody says at all, but this cutscene is just perfect. It honestly establishes Angela well as a perfect introduction of what she really is. You could tell that something just doesn't seem right about her at all. People have been saying like, yeah, it's like some corny or like awkward moments, but I'm gonna be so honest, that's kind of like the best part about these Silent Hill 2 cutscenes. I like how Edition Fog is really more essential to the Silent Hill franchise, because it adds so much to the fear of the unknown. One thing you can tell is just everything for this man himself. You're gonna be alone as fuck in this game. And when James picks up his radio, the sound effects are still top notch. allowed to. The combat is not all that good, but it gets the job done, you know. It's an old game and I can't say much, but it does its thing, you know. The radio responds in an unusual way.
What the? I'd better take it anyway. I might need it.
I genuinely like how Silent 2 keeps everything so vague, and you have to really figure out for yourself what mysteries lies around you around every corner. I love when games honestly let the world speak for itself, and you can let the story have its own thing, but let the whole experience go through it, and everything right now is just done so perfectly. And you can tell by the way how you get this key is by actually going all the way walking here, and the quartz over here just died like that, and I'm like, damn. But it's more of an apartment gate key though. Silent Hill Gen looks like a city that honestly looks like it was well lived in, but then later on just got all messed up. And I like how they put so much effort to everything in the world so far. It actually feels like everything has been a little decayed, a little rotten. Everything just seems so uneasy to even go through all this. To honestly explore through everything around what's happening, and it sucks so damn bad. But you have this specific type of gate and use the apartment gate key, but into the apartment, and already my biggest praise I love so far is just that nearly every location around this apartment you go to feels like you're in the back rooms or anything abandoned really. It's like there's some history or a story to it, adding it with again this molding feeling of isolation with silence along with it, which I also think is golden as well. Random sounds this game just throws is so genius too, adding a lot more to the scare factor when nothing really is going on, including this. Someone's just having a heavy ass breathing, and you're just questioning yourself, what even is going through that? Is it around in front of me? Is it around in back of me? I'm looking around, nothing is really going on. This is the tension you're gonna get used to for the rest of the game, and it's just so beautiful, and we will get a lot more better once we get through this, I'm telling you right now.
Nope.
Ow! Hey, wait! Damn it.
Sneaky little shit. While exploring the whole area, you'll hear weird static noises leading up to an amazing build up to a goated ass antagonist. Pyramid Head. It's confusing at first, but the next cutscene is just jarring to see. The courtyard key and just keep exploring more and damn my nigga, you good? Okay, nah, I won't even lie, when I first saw Eddie, he looks like James Hopkins from Bully or Chowder from Monster House. But despite all the jokes, Eddie is a very odd character, claiming he's never killed the man that was in the kitchen. Which, by the way, how Eddie looks...
I don't know.
James tells him he's seen a pyramid head.
Thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Honest. I did see some weird looking monsters.
Around his room, there's a little bit of some history towards him about football, but it's gonna be really good though because there'll be some excellent foreshadowing along in the future. Just leave him be because when you keep talking to him, he just throws up. You go to room 105, you meet Angela, but with a different approach.
Oh, it's you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
Not yet. She's not anywhere.
Did she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say? How do you know that?
Well, I just figured, 'cause this is where you're looking for her.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down. I kept it. I'm not sure what I might do. I'm sorry. I've been bad. Please don't.
Again, also one of my favorite cutscenes in the game. The scenery, imagery, and symbolism throughout the rest of this scene is really well made. That uncertainty that I've been talking about for Angela really starts to creep in. Her alone just laying down on the side with the knife on her hand, alongside with the mirror, it's just really the show don't tell that I really fuck with so much. A lot of games have this big ass tendency of this overly explaining shit that I already know. I didn't let the player, or even the character you're playing as, actually tell me this through their actions. And for Angela's case, you can just tell she's been through a lot of rough shit in the past. But in reality, this cutscene is just fantastic. It's some great ass foreshadowing in the future, alongside his beautiful music too, creating that sense of being lost. After that, we still keep walking around, and then this weird noise comes out of nowhere. It's still unsettling as hell when I first hear this. What? Above all the doors in, you see the goat himself.
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no!
All fucking Pyramid Head is here to strike your ass down, and you are powerless. You literally only have a pistol around you. Only attacks you are only just trying to launch up his giant knife like it's some damn Elden Ring boss. But I always thought his weapons were kinda nice though. When you keep attacking him, you're not really doing that much except for just really just shooting down this little Pyramid Head, of course. Until you hear this. After that boss fight, the little girl that literally stomped on your hand in lore is actually finally introduced.
You're the one who stepped on my hand.
I don't know. Maybe I did.
Listen, come here. Shut your stupid ass up.
Also including a letter too.
None of your business.
Somehow knowing who Mary is?
You didn't love Mary anyway.
Wait! How do you know Mary's name?
Brings a little bit of some mystery to her character too, but we'll talk about that in a bit again. When you reach to a certain park named Rose of Water, thinking that Mary be there, but turns out it's a completely different character. It's also one of my favorites too.
Mary? No, you're not.
Do I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. You could be her twin. Your face, your voice, just your hair and clothes are
My
different.
name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I?
Maria's introduction is very bizarre to see. Like I said for the Silent Hill 2 remake, everything about this is very inspired by her. I kinda like how she's never presented in the most over-the-top way. She's important to the game's themes for a reason. And it's just done so well with the beautiful voice acting too.
Mary, don't I? You loved her, right? Huh, or maybe you hated her.
Don't be ridiculous.
So it's okay?
What really makes these cutscenes feel so alive? She actually sounds confident, flirtatious, which builds up to her whole personality being unique as well. Rather than like a normal, basic, generic looking ass bitch who's looking for the Lakeview Hotel, which Maria points to that direction, and she joins us, which does make sense. As they're walking around together, the whole setting just changes, and the sunset really makes the game that much more beautiful with the little locations that are adding along with it too. Which we eventually arrive to the bowling place.
I'll wait here. I hate bowling.
I didn't come here to play, you know.
Hurry back, okay?
So what'd you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh, you're just a gutless fatso.
What'd you have to say that for?
I thought you said the cops were after you.
No, I just ran because I was scared. I don't know what the cops are doing.
But if you did something bad, why don't you just say you were sorry? Well, I guess I run away a lot too.
It's no good. They wouldn't listen. Nobody will ever forgive me. Did you find the lake you're looking for? What's her name? Mary?
In the last dialogue, it obviously seems like we know that she's related somehow to Mary. So we enter there, she doesn't show up, but this nowhere comes near as close to the most funniest cutscene in the game.
Wait! Come back! Eddie, let's go after her.
Huh? Laura? But why?
Laura, is that her name?
That's what she said.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
She said she was fine by herself. She said a fatso like me would just slow her down.
Forget you.
Eddie's my nigga, I don't care what nobody says. So Laura disappears,
Aren't you gonna
we're
go
on the
after
search
her?
for her. She went through those tall, close walls together, and Maria noticed a locked door that she can get using this. And of course, in the most Maria way possible. After that sequence, you met with some of the most best locations in the game too. Heaven's Night. This music captures perfectly up that late night bar with you with the boys, or just dealing with some things in life, or the chicks around, you know what I'm saying? It captures that beauty so well, and the location feels so real, and it feels like more believable too. I know it feels all cluttered up, but that attention to detail is just so amazing to see. This was also the place where Maria worked at too. I mean, obviously. Just kind of wish they had a little more, some more doors and there to explore, but it's actually pretty great though. Once you exit out the club, Laura is actually in the Brookhaven Hospital. It's one of the scariest hospitals too for a specific type of reason. It's more of an upgraded back rooms version of the apartments we went to before. Also brings up new enemies too that are just more disgusting and more horrifying, but one of the best sound effects too. This shit comes nowhere near as close as when you're trying to find every single requirement key you can to each floor, and then each floor adds more tension, like this. Music is pretty nice because it seems like something's lurking you, we don't know what's gonna be around though. But when you go up top each time, this music is gonna add up. From this to this. This no forgiving, unhinged, unrelenting music just never gets old. Makes you want to get the hell out of that floor so damn bad too. Shit motherfucker, I was scared when I honestly put up with this, I want to be honest. Certain door that you have to open. Maria suddenly doesn't feel well and needs some rest. Having some pills to help her out and making sure she's alright.
It's just a hangover.
You should rest.
So comfy.
I'm gonna go look for her. For Laura. I'll be back as soon as I can.
There's a key next to us, but Maria says something a very important question.
James, I want to ask you something. What if you can't find Mary? What will you do?
My first playthrough, I've always think this was always a very good one because I've always questioned what he would do, searching for all this even though you may never know if she's still alive or not, to keep me hooked throughout the rest of this journey. I respect James for having his own safety risk of going there alone instead of going with Maria, showcasing that he cares about her. Getting on top of the roof, nothing really happens until... What the actual fuck? We're down now to the special treatment room. Seeing a loop of some blood with a coordinate and damn, what the hell? Correlates his box. The opening will grant you... a hairstring? First, I was kind of confused because it made me a little bit lost. But I remember this specific type of weight that it correlates to. There's a key under here, and of course you're unable to reach it with your hands, so I would assume that you would probably need to use a needle that you won if you got it from the teddy bear, plus that hairstring, so combine both of them, and that's how you get it, which is actually pretty cool, and pretty creative I must say. This leads to indeed the elevator. Running around, this leads you to a cutscene to Laura.
Laura?
Huh? You know my name?
Eddie told me.
That big fat blabbermouth.
How do you know about Mary?
What's the big deal?
Why can't you just tell me?
You gonna yell at me if I don't?
No, I won't.
I was friends with Mary. We met at the hospital. It was last year.
You liar! Laura,
Fine, don't believe me.
But last year, Mary was already... I'm sorry, Laura. Anyway, let's go. We can talk about this later. This is no place for a kid. There are all sorts of strange things around here. I can't believe you haven't even gotten a scratch on you.
Why should I?
I love how this scene just tells a lot about these two, including with this beautiful calming music with Laura. It had so much depth to it. One of the biggest obsessions I love when games do is use the camera angles like this, where it's made for a distinct purpose, and its execution being amazing. It's like you're literally getting her out of her shell. And each time we're closer to her, she opens up. In the minute when Laura talks about Mary, James has a little outburst. This awkward pause just feels so genuine and natural, since he wants to know more, and they gradually open up just like that. Simple, but it's so effective. It's a little rant, but that was kind of my biggest problem with the remake. It's just that scene felt a little bit rushed for that. It just felt like a generic Hollywood style type of cutscene. No offense.
We met at the hospital last year.
Stop lying. Laura, I'm sorry.
Fine, don't believe me. See if I care.
It's even a complete contrast for the tone too. Even, of course, they even added the music too, where it just felt like, oh okay, we just found her, so let's just get to point A to B. Compared to the original, where it felt like it was a huge breather. It's like hitting a save point from Resident Evil 1.
Later,
She had
okay?
no
But it's
damn
really
reason to do
important.
this.
What is it?
A letter from Mary.
Huh?
I want to go get it. Is that okay?
Yes, yes.
It's further back in the desk.
Laura! What What are you doing?
Wow. But at least not this. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something. The boss fights are just not really good, but they're important to the stories. You just run around and just shoot, boom, 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 and they're dead. We're now introduced to the other world. I like the way how they present it. It's still scary as hell, but there's some kind of beauty to it. Especially for this beautiful painting right here. And as how beautiful this game can be, it's still scary as shit. Because the minute when you go to see Maria again, she's not there. This moment, you really want to figure out where she is. Once you find her, is she really okay?
James!
Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I
Then
just...
stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me.
This was so hard to watch. Used to her being so nice, just for her to snap like that. And it's some great foreshadowing too. It showcases she does have a split personality. I'm almost in shock of how beautiful this cutscene is well executed. And as much as I love this game messing up your head, the way how the world is, this game can be really fucking sad sometimes. You progress more through the hospital, Pyramid Head just reaches up to you. It's an oh shit moment. You have to keep running fast as much as you can. But the minute you do that and you reach an elevator...
Open up!
I felt this through my heart. Yeah, Maria had her moments, but she really did care about James. When you have someone like her that you can depend on your side and actually cares for you, just me wiped up just like that can be very daunting. I love this scene so much because it captures grief so beautifully. Adding this simple piano just really adds the tone of what you're gonna get throughout the rest of this game. It's depressing as hell, but you do gotta keep pushing forward. This is a man that's broken down to the very fucking bottom, slowly going down and not knowing how to react to this very moment. The elevator just showcases he has to go down just, well, you know what to do. And this is honestly one of my favorite cutscenes throughout the rest of games in general. I know it's very, very short, but it just... I almost cried. I'm so honest. I actually almost cried when I first saw this. This was the moment where I think I really was starting to fall in love with Silent Hill. That's all I'm gonna say for this clip. It'll be a lot more better in the future though, trust me. Next is Door. This quote is very impersonal for me, which does lead to the multiple paths. He who was not boy enough to be stared at across from the abyss is not boy enough to stare at himself, which can only be learned by marching forward. Puts us update the map where we're supposed to go and find the required items. Or is marching somewhere that we don't know yet, so we follow her. In the key items leads to this house. Inspecting most of this house, you see a little bit of some history. Then there's Pyramid Head. You have every single right to beat his ass for what he did. And go into the abyss with this haunting ass siren. Go down feels more like a prison jail cell. Finally meet Eddie for quite some time, but he's showing his true colors.
Killing a person ain't no big deal. Just put the gun to their head. Pow.
You killed him?
But it wasn't my fault. He made me do it.
Calm down, Eddie. Tell me what happened.
That guy, he had it coming. I didn't do anything. He just came after me. Besides, he was making fun of me with his eyes, like that other one.
Just for that, you killed him?
What do you mean, just for that?
Eddie, you can't just kill someone because of the way they looked at you.
Well, I always kind of knew it was going to lead up to this moment. It is still scary as hell. I've always liked the in-game cutscenes to the rendered cutscenes. This makes it so uncomfortable, but in the right reasons. This nigga literally is losing his mind. But at the same time of what he's been dealing with, can I really blame him? He's been bullied for the rest of his life. People make fun of him. Ass shaming is definitely part of it too. But killing a dog is something else. While he walks out, this is a Toluca prison. It's a great location. It feels so cramped up each time, and the noises they make that I wish I could talk more about it, but it was cross video for a lot of stretching. You know what, fuck, I'll give you just one, alright? Mwah! Eerie in a good ass way. Each time I was going down to the abyss, and I heard this for the first time, man, my ass was walking slowly because I just didn't know what was going to happen around for that specific door in front of me. Moving forward, you see this cube puzzle looking thing that you just have to rotate for each time. And then the minute you do that, you got some of the most best fucked up cutscene I've seen in a game in a long ass minute.
You're alive! Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
Not at all, silly.
Maria? That thing, it stabbed you. There was blood everywhere.
Stabbed me? What do you mean?
It chased us to the elevator, and then...
James, what are you talking about?
Just before! Don't you remember?
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything, but you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know about that? Aren't you Maria?
I'm not your Mary.
So, you're Maria?
I am. If you want me to be.
All I want from you is an answer.
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here for you, James. See? I'm real.
Bro, I swear I fucking love this game like damn! And where do I begin? My ass was shocked for the first time I saw this. I love how she acts like nothing just happened just now. This comfortable position that she has while just staring at you. Not even just looking away. No, just staring at you in abyss. It's a psychological shit I love. Hell, one of my favorite movies of all time that captures the same technique as this is Silence of the Lambs. May 1991. Okay, I won't even lie, y'all. I'm like an old school dad for movies, so don't care. At the beginning of the film, we're pretty much hyped up that this man is the most fucked up person in the world. So they order her to investigate of what's going on with Buffalo Bill. Doing for each member of the cell, it gets progressively worse, until you see the man himself.
Morning.
Dr. Lecter, my name is Clarice Starling. May I speak with you?
You're one of Jack Crawford's, aren't you?
It just shatters your motherfucking expectations. It's such a great introduction for his character. It makes sense of why he's popular nowadays. To me, it always makes the scenes always so unpredictable every time they make this type of technique. I mean, well, yeah, of course, now it's been overused now for most films, but it's the execution that just makes it so good. Annabelle really just toys with her throughout the rest of this scene. Dialogue and the camera angles just really add up, make her his own bitch.
That expires in 1 week. You're not real FBI, are you?
I'm still in training at the academy.
And it's kind of no different from Maria too. Having again the same uncanny with the in-game plus the render cutscenes. This is really where the two personalities split from the foreshadowing I've been talking about. Especially when she says this.
I'm not your Mary.
Ooh! It's presenting of like Mary and Maria at the same time, and it's so naturally done.
Did something happen to you after we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else?
Again, that's why for the remake it just didn't hit the same. It was fine, don't get me wrong, but it just sounds like just the same normal, I guess, Maria. You can never capture this in any game. Well, I don't know, maybe someday, but not really though. She waits for you, and you progress more through the game. We finally get to see more insight of what Angela is and why she acts this way.
Daddy! Please don't!
This monster is called Abstract Daddy. It's an important boss fight.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like he always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
I felt so bad for her after that statement. Also does happen in the real world too. She was physically and sexually abused by her own father. This makes all of her a very tragic character. That's what I respect about Silent Hill 2. It doesn't hold back of what the themes are. It's always handled in a very mature way. Speaking of this, there's another sad moment too.
Maria? Maria?
Maria, no! What happened to you? Why? Why?
One thing that people rarely even talk about is I love how it has that recapturing music of the Megalodine from the one in the elevator. A lot more faster. Again, I do feel for James. Gotta see why this happens in the first place. There's 3 graves, one for Eddie, you, and Angela. The one we're able to go to is Eddie's. I always liked walking up all the way to see what's going on. You see all red and shit and just a little bit of some smoke. So I wonder what he brings up to the table.
What are you doing?
What does it look like? He always busted my balls. You fat, disgusting piece of shit. You make me sick. Fat ass, you're nothing but a waste of skin. You're so ugly, even your mama don't love you.
While this ideology is crazy, he's a prime example of what happens when you let bullying and fat shaming get all over you. Exactly why the lines he be saying hit so damn hard.
It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead.
And the corpse can't laugh.
I always like this mysterious vibe that it brings for this cutscene. It's almost terrifying, I won't even lie.
Spit on, spit on. Just because of the way you look, after you've been laughed at your whole friggin' life. That's why I ran away after I killed the dog. Ran away like a scared little girl. Yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. It tried to chew its own guts out. Finally died all curled up in a ball. Then he came after me. I shot him too, right in the leg. He cried more than the dog.
There is one thing he did say though.
You're me, James. This town called you too. You and me are the same. We're not like other people.
Why though? How is James the same? It's never explained now. We'll just have to figure it out though.
Eddie? I killed a human being. A human being.
After that unfortunate moment, we're finally into the Lakeview Hotel. This is the final part of the game. It looks so dauntingly beautiful. But it's not gonna last forever though. Finally see Laura, and she says something about Rachel. Mary actually wanted to give Rachel to Laura, which Mary really wants to adopt Laura. It's real sweet. It's exactly why Laura's here in the first place. He's now trying to find the other letter. Now just going around the hotel to find it. And look, as much as I want to talk about the Lakeview Hotel, of how great it is in general, probably all just experience it for yourselves of what leads up to this point. When you finally get to the room 312, you put on the videotape, you finally see your answers.
Are you taping again? Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
What a plot twist. I literally had my head down throughout the rest of the scene. The most powerful part about this scene to me is just there's rarely any dialogue. Him finally accepting of what he did. Exactly why when Laura shows up and he finally breaks it over, it hits you right through your heart.
The letter? Did you find Mary? If not, let's get going already, okay?
Laura. Mary's gone. She's dead.
Liar, that's a lie!
No, that's not true.
She died because she was sick?
No. I killed her.
You killer! Why'd you do it? I hate you! I want her back! Give her back to me! I knew it! You didn't care about her! I hate you, James! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
So heartbreaking because we were lit up to this moment, even for Laura too, thinking that she's still alive. But this reaction that she had makes so much more sense. The theme of guilt is just presented so good, I can't even express enough how amazing it is. But then all of a sudden,
Voice.
love for the moment of realization, it negatively affects how the hotel is. Blank Fairy describes this perfect description of how this environment is. What James realizes finally remembered, it creates it real well. I really had no emotion on my face. I was real depressed. And this audio... Fuck, I'm playing.
Mary's going to die? You must be joking.
You must be joking.
I'm very sorry.
But you're a doctor. It's your job to heal people. How can you just let her die?
Please, calm down. As her doctor, I promise I'll do what I can. But there's still no effective treatment for her condition.
How long does she have?
I'm afraid I'm not sure. 3 years at most. Perhaps 6 months. It's impossible to say with certainty.
It keeps getting progressively worse. Because the minute you see Angela, finale is one of the best in the Silent Hill franchise.
I was looking for you. Now you're the only one left. Maybe then I can rest. Mama, why are you running away? You're not my mama. It's you. I'm sorry.
This room perfectly represents of how Angela is starting to become. This is what it's like to live inside of her mind. And it's so damn sad. No one can really save her. And her conveying it to the point to James, there's no point. She might as well walk away and just end her misery.
It's hot as hell in here.
You see it too. For me, it's always like this.
I genuinely cried through this scene. There was no hope for her. I've always wished the best for her, and all this never started to happen, which is why knife is so important. But I'm so glad James never gave it to her. What a beautiful way to conclude her story. Finally made it to our big confrontation. You know there's no turning back when you see some multiple red squares. So you best be prepared for what's happening.
Leave her alone! Leave us both the
I was weak. That's why I needed you. Needed someone to punish me for my sins. But that's all over now.
That's what I'm talking about! That's what
I know the truth.
That's why he's the
Now it's time to end this.
And he's not wrong. Maria was always sexualization of what James wanted from Mary. The cracks were definitely starting to show, alongside Pyramid Head, showing the physical manifestation of what James is for his own guilt. Mannequins had a distinct purpose. He was hiding it this whole time, which is exactly what makes this moment so damn badass and feels well fucking earned. It's exactly why they finally kill themselves, because he finally confronted his true sins. It's just so genius. Next two doors, I was shaking when I heard Mary's voice.
Mary?
And
what do you want, James?
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers? I don't want any damn flowers. Just go home already.
Mary, what are you saying?
Look, I'm disgusting. I don't deserve flowers. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here! Leave me alone already! I'm no use to anyone. I'll be dead soon anyway. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. It'd be easier if they'd just kill me. But I guess the hospital is making a nice profit off me. They want to keep me alive. Are you still here? I told you to go! Are you deaf? Don't come back! James! Wait! Please don't go! Stay with me! Don't leave me alone! I didn't mean what I said! Please, James! Tell me I'll be okay! Tell me I'm not going to die! Help me!
This raw emotion, I just hesitated every single time I keep hearing this. You can feel that pain in her voice. Still wanting James, and fuck, bro. Made me want to finally realize of what she looks like now. Finally go on top, it's, well, Maria.
Mary?
When will you ever stop making that mistake? Mary's dead. You killed her.
Maria? It's you. But I don't need you anymore.
What? You must be joking. But I can be yours. I'll be here for you forever. And I'll never yell at you or make you feel bad. That's what you wanted.
I'm just done with the bullshit, and this triggers the final boss.
I won't let you. You deserve to die too, James.
While something to write home about, I never give a single damn, because every single moment of this game is just well made, despite of how much the gameplay is a little hit and miss. After defeating her, you finally say Mary, and it's fantastic. James is finally just confronting that he wants to remove her from existence, but at the same time,
James, if that were true, then why do you look so sad?
she's just not wrong, because he came all the way on top and he really wanted to know more about her own wife. They confronted that he's dead, but is right in front of her face. She knows he can't escape from this burden, so she gives her this.
Go on with your life.
And my God, I couldn't take it and I burst out crying.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday. But you never did. Well, I'm alone there now. In our special place. Waiting for you. Waiting for you to come to see me. But you never do. And so I wait, wrapped in my cocoon of pain and loneliness. I know I've done a terrible thing to you. Something you'll never forgive me for. I wish I could change that. But I can't. I feel so pathetic and ugly laying here, waiting for you. Every day I stare up at the cracks in the ceiling, and all I can think about is how unfair it all is. The doctor came today. He told me I could go home for a short stay. It's not that I'm getting better. It's just that this may be my last chance. I think you know what I mean. Even so, I'm glad to be coming home. I've missed you terribly. But I'm afraid, James. I'm afraid you don't really want me to come home. Whenever you come see me, I can tell how hard it is on you. I don't know if you hate me or pity me, or maybe I just disgust you. I'm sorry about that. When I first learned that I was going to die, I just didn't want to accept it. I was so angry all the time, and I struck out at everyone I loved most. Especially you, James. That's why I understand if you do hate me. But I want you to know this, James. I'll always love you. Even though our life together had to end like this, I still wouldn't trade it for the world. We had some wonderful years together. Well, this letter has gone on too long, so I'll say goodbye. I told the nurse to give this to you after I'm gone. That means that as you read this, I'm already dead. I can't tell you to remember me, but I can't bear for you to forget me. These last few years since I became ill, I am so sorry for what I did to you, did to us. You've given me so much, and I haven't been able to return a single thing. That's why I want you to live for yourself now. Do what's best for you, James. James, you made me happy.
Silent Hill 2 is one of my best games of all time. It's very important dearly to my heart because it conveys so much emotion, so much to the characters that are so tragic but feel so genuine. Mary's situation of the letter, it conveys that even though you love me so much and I'm already dead, don't rely on me so much. It connects me in a deep personal level because my mother died last year, and she died from an illness from the blood clots. I was on the floor, didn't want to talk to anybody, and was crying. Called out one of my few friends and texted him about the situation. I felt hopeless, and when I went back to Africa, it felt off. Yeah, the family is here, but without somebody I really looked into, it's hard sometimes, and it's hard because I genuinely kind of miss YouTube for the way how I can express my emotions. I'm used to how my family's busy, my dad and my brother doing the usual stuff, and I try my very, very hardest to make sure I do what's best for everybody that's around, and I thank y'all very, very much. This game, Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 2 did make me realize that self-dependency is too much for grief and you must move on. This game doesn't hold back any punches on its messages. It's so deep, mature, and it has a lot of adult themes. I don't mind talking about this game a lot to people, and I've been eagerly excited of how passionate I was to make it, and I appreciate y'all for doing this. It's one of my top 5 of all time, and I love y'all again for sticking it through. It really does mean a lot. I highly recommend anybody to try Silent Hill 2. Even if you're not a fan of games and you're more into just books, storytelling, and all the other stuff, it's still an impactful journey. I'm very glad I put this off my chest because I had to keep stopping recording most of the time because I kept crying, and I played this beautiful music for y'all called Theme of Laura. Music perfectly captures of what Silent Hill 2 is for me. It craves you with so much mixed emotions, but I was always so eager to always figure out what's going around of the next waypoint, and every single thing about this game, I never got bored. It always felt like a genuine adventure of what's going around in James' mind and also to everybody else. It's able to convey it through the medium of a game, and it's just really, really great. I is really inspired, and also made me really want to appreciate life and figure out that I can still move on. Even if people are still not around beside me, I can still do what I can, and that is what makes this game such an endearing heart of what makes video games special. Before I go, I'm talking a little more about the Maria DLC, and I liked it. It was pretty cool. This is actually my gameplay this time, but it really showcases of like Maria actually, being her own person. And then when she finally meets James, it's kind of a sweet type of prequel a little bit, and just give it a shot, and it's an 8 out of 10 for me. And for the remake, I know it's not going to hit as hard as the original for me, for the story, But I'm just gonna be there for the gameplay, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, if this one was a lot more serious, at least it'd be a lot more lighthearted to the remake, you know what I'm saying? So, this is such a treat, and I, again, thank y'all so much for joining this video, and I'm gonna hop y'all on a bit for the next one, for the remake.